Hey guys, question for you. Have you ever read this book? It's called The Compound Effect and it's by Darren Hardy. And the reason why I ask that question is because it's a very powerful book and it really helps you learn how to get to where you need to be. And I want to do a book review today regarding The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy again. I'll show you again. And at the end of this video, guys, go ahead. I'll make it conveniently available to you in the description. So check that out. Okay, well, let's get started. So for those of you who've never been to this channel, what I like to do on Planet Green Zen is just inspire the world in 5 main areas of life. Those areas are mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and socially. I truly believe that if we all on this entire planet had a holistic yin-yang balance of each one of those areas and chalk it up points, we would live in world peace and abolish hunger, famine, slavery, war, and have more wealth, health, and abundance together on this beautiful earth. So if you guys believe in similar messages, go ahead and support this channel, okay? Well, let's jump into it. So again, today's video is on The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So I highly recommend that you guys do pick up this book because it's very powerful. It has lots of information and lots of jewels in there that you can use and implement into your life just so you can start creating the life of abundance that you want and that you're meant for. So again, the book title is called The Compound Effect and the subtitle is Jumpstart Your Income, Your Life, and Your Success. So guys, chapter 1 is called The Compound Effect in Action. Slow and steady wins the race. Have you ever heard of the hare and the tortoise story? Pretty sure you probably did in grade school, right? Pretty much what it means is that you don't have to be the fastest or the strongest. You have to have a very good, consistent, sustainable work habit. You want to wake up earlier and work harder than the rest. Think about Michael Jordan, for example. He's, in my opinion, even though I'm not a big sports guy, one of the greatest basketball players in existence. Now, funny, when he used to come on, and the Chicago Bulls, again, I had no interest in sports, but when they played, I literally was so interested in watching the game because to me they were just like, wow, they wowed me when they played. But again, Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player, and again, he actually had a coach as well. So really think about that, guys. The greatest people that you know that are in sports, entertainment, they all have coaches. So you want to get that into your mind where you should have a coach or a mentor or a guide just to help, again, as a guide would do, guide you to the direction that you need to be in, because a lot of times they have been there and then they can show you what not to do, so you save years of mistakes, even though obviously part of success is making mistakes, but you would actually save on the ones that you can avoid so you can spend more time developing your skills and habits. And again, guys, just don't be the usual person. Don't be typical. Go against the crowd. Again, like I stated in other videos, 95% of people are programmed to do one thing, and if you do what they do, you're going to have those results. So you go with the 5% and you would have the results of the very few. So if you do what most people are not willing to do, you will have the life that most people will never have. Guys, think about it. As a society, we have been programmed and hypnotized by our marketing and commercials and news and media, which convinces you of problems you don't have and tries to sell you on products you don't need. A lot of that information is geared towards trying to get insta-cures and fixes that are quick and easy, and it doesn't take any work to actually accomplish it. So again, that's our instant gratification society that we have. So again, you want to think about that. Again, guys, and when most people are starting to try something new or different, they typically give it 3 to 6 months to see if it will work for them, then they quit. Again, guys, if you don't see the results, you got to keep going, because in the background is where the compound effect comes in. It's working for you full steam ahead, and it's compounding and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but again, you can't see this, but it's happening in the background. So that's why you have to keep going and never quit when you're pursuing greatness. And a lot of you guys have heard of the magic penny example, right? Where if you are given 2 options, would you rather take an instant $3 million, cash up front, no tricks, no taxes, all yours, or a magic penny that compounds and doubles in value every day for 31 days. The 95% of the people will pick the $3 million because it's instant money. They can do things with it right away. They don't have the patience to wait for the penny to compound. They don't even know what that means. But the select few, the 5%, will pick the penny that doubles in value for 31 days. I mean, you guys think about that, because most people will pick the instant $3 million But again, a penny that doubles in time, it comes out to, I believe, over $10 million after the 31st day. So in the beginning, it's insignificant. 1 cent turns to 2 cents, 2 cents turns to 4 cents, 4 cents turns to 8 cents, 8 cents turns to 16 cents, 16 cents turns to 32 cents, 32 cents turns to 64 cents. And again, then 64 cents turns to $1.28, I believe, and it keeps going from there. And it's like, while it's been over a week, 2 weeks, now I only have $1. So the people with the $3 million are laughing at you while they're blowing their money away. And you're sitting there waiting patiently, reading books, being educated, just following the path of success because it leaves clues. And then bam, you have over $10 million to their 3, and they probably don't even have it anymore because they probably spent it all. So think about that. Patience leads to success. Time, hard work, dedication are the ingredients for success, if you want to put it that way. Okay guys, so the next section of the compound effect is called the ripple effect. Actions we do today and tomorrow will affect our future. Think about getting some food or eating something unhealthy like some fast food, greasy food, where you eat it today, eat it tomorrow, you're not going to really see a difference. Eating processed foods, drinking sodas with high fructose corn syrup in it, you do it today, do it tomorrow, next week, you won't really see a difference or change. Or even a person that actually decides to maybe work out or eat healthier. Again, a couple days go by, you won't see a change or feel any different. Think about it, guys. So the person that's eating this greasy food, drinking the sodas, fast forward a year from now, that person will gain maybe 30, 40, maybe even more pounds and be unhealthy and exhausted all the time. Where the person that decided to eat healthier, maybe they were 30, 40 pounds overweight, and they reversed that by eating healthy, exercising, and again, first couple days or week, you're not going to see the results, but if you keep pushing through, it's compounding in the background. Again, it could work good or bad, so it's up to you to decide which path you want to take. But remember, guys, success leaves clues. If you want to be successful, follow what the successful people do. Think about success old school, where again, the paradigm that we have programmed in us is from our parents and their parents, our grandparents, ancestors, to where, we all taught, go to school, get a good education, get a good job. That's pretty much a traditional way we've seen our grandparents, told us, they would tell us stories. They worked from sun up to sundown and putting in 18-hour days, literally just slaving away in the fields because, that's what they had to do. It was a different time. But we live in the 21st century where we have technology and we learn, we were able to build on and compound from their experiences in education, where people were able to take that, okay, we already have this, we know how to plant crops, now can we make machines to do it and all this stuff. So we kind of compound on that information and make things more efficient and better. Because think about it, our society, even with that though, I love technology, but again, the downside to it is we live in an instant gratification society to where we have microwave, instant food, washer and dryers, a phone that actually can do marvelous things where it can pay your bills, open your garage, lock your house, so much stuff, turn on your car. So we live in an instant gratification world to where when someone tells you it takes time to build something of significant value, a lot of people shun away from it. They don't want to deal with that. They say, oh, that's I don't want to wait. I want something that's instant, that's right now. And that we need to work on that as a society to get better. Guys, so chapter 2 is called Choices in the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Choices can be our best friends, or our choices can be our worst enemies. It can deliver us to our goals, or it can send us spinning out of control in a galaxy far, far away. Think about where you are today. Based on your life choices, you are currently where you are because of your choices. And again, some people love where they are, some people hate where they are. But again, based on your choices, and a lot of people don't want to hear that because it's sometimes when you pierce those onion layers of resistance that's been building up over the years, you start to pierce through that and people hear the truth, it gets uncomfortable or uneasy, people get upset. But there is a saying that says, truth shall set you free, and it will, my friends. So just listen to it, absorb the information, don't get upset, don't get offended, but just take it as mentoring and as constructive criticism to help you grow and get better. Think about it, guys. If you're in a sales position and you decided to grind every day or decide to watch TV every day and not do the grind, you're going to be where you are based on your choices. Again, those both are compounding on themselves. So the person that's grinding, maybe getting rejection after rejection in sales, they're going to get eventually better and better and learn different ways and get more confident. So when they do it, they actually have more yeses than nos and make more money. The person sits on a couch all day watching TV, they're not going to get any different results. They're staying stagnant because they're not challenging themselves mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and socially and they're just staying in a stagnant place, but they want the results and they complain about not having those results, but they're not willing to do the work. That's where most people go wrong. They are not willing to do the work needed in order to obtain the greatness that they're designed for. Guys, just let that marinate into your subconscious. It's all about making you just aware. And that awareness leads to making better choices that'll help lead you to the goals and dreams that you desire and help you expand your life. And we need to, as a society, stop making unconscious choices and start to make conscious choices. So again, guys, remember Earl Nightingale said, if you were to ask many people what they're thinking about, most people will be silent because most people don't think. And that's not an insult or anything, it's the truth. Most people don't think about where they want to be in 5 years. Most people don't think about how can they increase their income, how can they have all their bills paid in full so they have an abundance of cash flow left over, how am I going to be able to get to here by this date so I can help X amount of people out as well. People don't typically think about that stuff because our minds are distracted by the programs and paradigms that we have sold into us from, day one out of the womb to, 40, 50 years old. Think about it, guys. No one makes choices consciously to get a divorce or to feel depressed or have anxiety. But those are consequences, and the results are a series of small, poor choices that compound over time. But if you're one of the ones that think you're unlucky because of the cards you were dealt, that's an excuse that most people don't want to hear. But it is an excuse. You have the power to actually change your life. And again, that excuse is the difference between someone being rich and happy and someone being broke and poor. You having a healthy lifestyle versus having an unhealthy lifestyle is also a choice. So I just want you guys to think about that. Just live life just to have clothes on their back, food on the table, a roof over their head, and that's what they think is success. Having a white picket fence, 2.5 kids, being happily married, which again, there's something wrong with that. If that truly makes you happy, that's fine. But a lot of people are not happy when they try to pursue a life that's not meant for them. They try to live a life through other people, and so a lot of people pursue this fake life that's not even real, so then a lot of people end up depressed and unhappy. So you got to choose and pursue the life that you're meant for. And guys, life just comes down to simple choices. That's all it is. Think about it. You're always one step away from doing something really great or doing something really bad. Just one choice away. Guys, in the book, again, The Compound Effect, Darren Hardy did ask Richard Branson if he felt lucky as far as the success that he had created, that Richard Branson had created. Did he feel lucky? And you would be amazed at what his response was. Yes, of course I feel lucky, because we are all lucky living in a free society where we can choose lives that we want. A lot of people are coming, and this is me speaking, a lot of people come over here from third world countries, risking their lives and family and again, being in prison just so they can have a life of freedom. And a lot of those people, they actually become very successful, open up businesses, become entrepreneurs, because they see all of the options we have available that we take for granted being born here and having it available to us at birth. So since it comes free to us, a lot of us take things for advantage. But think about it, guys. When you pay money for something, you value it more than something you get for free. So keep that in mind. Guys, this book has a part called The Complete Formula for Getting Lucky. Those sections are personal growth, which is belief in the mindset, plus opportunity, plus action. It comes down to doing something that you have a true meaning for and a passion for, and taking action on that. I had a mentor once that told me there are 4 parts of becoming successful: mindset, skill set, work habit, results. So remember that: mindset, skill set, work habit, results. Because you need to first have the mindset in order to want to create something great, but then you develop the skill set to do so by studying, educating yourself. But then you develop the work habit by taking action. Then as you take action, the results will come. I developed something called the 3 E's. Again, you guys can watch the video that I did on 3 E's called examine, educate, and execute. So when you examine something, again, you examine what you're interested in, you educate yourself on that, and then once you do that, you take action. Again, just 3 simple steps: examine, educate, execute. You crack that code and you start to hang around other successful people and actually start to see what's in front of you. Great minds do really think alike. A lot of people say the same stuff, whether it's Oprah Winfrey, who's a billionaire, to maybe the guy that lives next door to you that actually focuses on what he really wants to do. When you start to ask them the same questions, they literally have the same answer. And it's amazing when you hear it, because you know you're on the right track when you start to say the same things that they say and you truly mean it, and it comes second nature to you. You guys may know who Arnold Palmer is. Not the lemonade and tea combination, even though that's where it got its name, but he's the actual person. I think he was a golfer, if you guys didn't know that. So, fun fact, Arnold Palmer was a real person and not just a conjunction of a lemonade and tea drink. He told Success Magazine it's funny, the more I practice, the luckier I get. Think about that, guys. The more I practice, the luckier I get. And that's what Arnold Palmer told Success Magazine. Now think about it, guys. Think of a place you want to be in life. More money, happier, slimmer waistline, better car, better living situation, owning your own lifestyle. Think about all that. Now, since you have the awareness of what you want, you have to start developing, making the choices to get you to that life that you want. Successful people are willing to do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. So that's why if you are on your way to success, you do what most people are not willing to do, you're going to have the results that most people will not have. Again, guys, simple tasks. So if you want to get, let's say, debt-free, track your expenses, write it down, create a spreadsheet. So your income and then your expenses and what you have left over is negative cash flow, which is what you have left over after you take expenses out. Taxes, insurance, mortgage, all that stuff. If you have anything left over, then from there you can decide, okay, I have X amount of dollars left over. There's some things I can actually subtract from this that I don't need. Like if you're paying $300 for cable, you just get a streaming service for $15 a month, and then that literally wipes out almost $300 right there. It's back in your pocket, and you can reallocate those funds to something else. If you're a coffee drinker, you go out to your favorite coffee shop every day and you buy a $5 coffee. Buy some coffee beans at home, brew your own coffee, bring it with you, and then that $5 adds up. Add that to that pool of money. So right there you have instant cash flow that you can allocate and invest in other things that actually will create better situations for you and your family. Things like this, you'd be amazed at what you find out. Again, if you want to eat healthier, track your food, track your calories, look at the ingredients on products that you buy. Like me, for example, when I decided to cut out high fructose corn syrup, everything in my house had it. I had no idea because I wasn't aware. I wasn't on that frequency of self-consciousness and healthiness. So then once I got rid of all that, everything that I eat now literally has like 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients in it. And it's all things I can pronounce and recognize for the most part. But again, when you become conscious and aware, you attract those results into your life. So you should try it, guys, and let me know in the comments below what you think. Or if you're seeing results after trying it for, let's say, 30, 60, 90 days. Guys, let's go right back to that coffee example where you're spending $5 a day on coffee. $5 is not a big deal, but then let's say you do that every day, and let's go 20 years down the line. That's over $51,000 that you spent that you could have had compounding and working for you. That could be like a rental property to where you put that down payment down. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 doors where you have residual multiple streams of income coming in, or you can start your own business or invest in another worthy business that you feel is bringing value to this earth and to humanity. So again, guys, so many different things you could do when you start to change the way you think. Guys, another great example that this book brings to light is an employee that was making $40,000 per year, which is relatable to a lot of people watching this video. Actually got upset. She stated that she did not make enough money. She could not pay her bills off of $41,000. And something was suggested to her to actually reduce her expenses. Again, like I stated before, with the cable and some things that she maybe, the coffee, reduce those, and then actually told her to start to think like the rich people do, which is they educate themselves. And she started to educate herself and started to think like a rich person, and guess what happened to her? Instead of spending money on subscriptions and mind-numbing television, she started to put away 10% of her income into a savings account. Fast forward a couple of years, she now owns her own business. She makes over $10 million a year just by changing the way she thought and the way she allocated her funds. That's pretty amazing. You guys may have heard this quote: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So if you guys did not start changing your mindset 20 years ago, it's okay. Start today. It's never too late to take action. You have to take action. So do it. Outcome in life is the result of moment-to-moment choices. You have the incredible power to change your life. Those step-by-step choices will actually start to shape your life into whatever you're giving energy and power to. Those sabotaging habits that's actually preventing you from creating the life that you want and the greatness that you truly are meant to live. Turn those into positive habits that will attract what you want and need into your life. Guys, chapter 3. behaviors are almost on autopilot. They're involuntary to where we don't even think, we just do. Just like driving a car, brushing our teeth. After we develop those habits, we can do that on autopilot and we don't even really think about it as we're doing it. We just know that it's being done. Condition your automatic and unconscious responses of a developed champion. Condition your automatic and subconscious or unconscious habits to actually be developed of those great champions. It's all about choosing to make up for what you lack. You know, again, it's about focusing on the habits that we are not really serving us well and actually converting those to positive habits that will serve us. Guys, it's time to wake up and just realize habits you decide to indulge in can be literally compounding your life into a hurricane of disaster. A plane that takes off. A lot of you guys have flown on planes before. As the plane is cruising along, cruising in the air, just 1 degree difference can actually take the plane from leaving, let's say, LA and on its way to New York, and actually that 1 degree difference will actually have it end up all the way in London, England, or somewhere like that, to where it's way off course. Just that 1 degree difference. And that's how a lot of us live our lives, where we are slightly off course, where we don't really feel it, you know, minute to minute, day by day, but it actually makes a huge difference over time. As like I said before, most people just drift through life without really thinking and using their minds. They just do what they're told and they're on autopilot, just working, paying bills, go to sleep, come, you know, that whole cycle, that's all that they're about. They don't really do what they're passionate about, they don't do what they love, and that's why a lot of people are depressed and on antidepressants, where it doesn't need to be like that. You can eliminate that out of your life. Guys, forget about willpower for a moment. Let's tap into the why power. Why are you doing what you're doing, or why do you want to do something that's as crazy as developing different habits, going against the crowd, having people laugh at you, maybe losing certain friends or family members through association, changing your association? Why would you want to do any of that? What is your why? Again, what connects you to those dreams and desires? What fulfills you when you think about it? You just get this warm energy around you, and you start to smile, and you just get very happy because you're thinking about it. What is that? Again, you need to have that burning desire, like Napoleon Hill said, because times will get hard, it will get gruesome, you're not going to want to do the things you need to do. You're going to have all these reasons to quit that pile up on you, all these excuses, but you have to push through all that resistance. Like I said before, guys, like a rocket ship that goes into space and uses millions of gallons of fuel to, you know, push yourself up into space. Once it gets there, then you can literally drift, and you can guide you and glide you all the way to Mars without ever, you know, activate another thrust booster. But again, that initial liftoff from the gravitational pull of the Earth is a lot of resistance, and it takes a lot of energy to actually get you off the ground and into space. Once you're there, it's way easier to keep going. Just like becoming successful. In the beginning, it's hard. You're gonna have to grind and push. And then once you get there, it's easy. Why do you think most millionaires have 7 streams of income on average? Some have, 20, 30, but again, just on average. Once you get that initial wealth, it'll be easier for you to create more and more wealth because you've been there, you've done that. You have all these friends who are successful, who are helping people, giving back to them as well, to the communities. And those are the people you want to surround yourself with, and that's why it'll be easier for you to create success by doing it after you have been through that journey and getting there. But if you're really serious and focused about making a change and a difference, if you're an alcoholic and you say you want to quit drinking, what do you need to do? You don't keep alcohol in your house. You have to get rid of all of the alcohol in your house so you're not tempted. And even if you are tempted, you don't have it there to actually tempt you more, and then you learn to resist it. Replace that with a healthier, positive habit. Instead of drinking, maybe eat something that's healthy like celery or an apple, or replace it with a hobby that you've been wanting to do for a while, like guitar lessons or speaking another language, or go salsa dancing. Replace it with something positive that's healthier for you and your lifestyle. You guys, think about it. If you want to cut off soda and you really like having soda, just get carbonated water and put some natural lemon or orange juice, squeeze it in there and just drink that. That definitely should help you. You still have that carbonation if you're someone that loves carbonation. So I used to love drinking carbonated sodas, but again, I learned to cut it out because it just wasn't doing my body any good. And sometimes I might have a tonic water, maybe just a little lemon or orange flavor in it. But water works fine, or orange juice that's a healthier brand, just something like that, guys. It's easy. You don't want to try to stop cold turkey. That's where most people go wrong, and most people quit. You want to ease your way off of whatever that toxin is that's polluting your body. As Dr. Martin Luther King said this so graciously, he says, the ultimate measure of a man, not where he stands in the moment of comfort and convenience, he stands at times of challenge. Guys, changing habits, they don't happen overnight. It takes time, so just be patient and have grace, and just know that you are on a road to success and change your life for the rest of your life, and be happy and excited about that, because it is exciting to be able to do something that most people would not even think about doing. Alright guys, chapter 4 is on momentum. As like I said before, adopting any type of change, it takes time. You want to do baby steps, crawl before you try to run. So you crawl, and then once you learn to crawl, you walk, and then once you learn to walk, you run, and then once you learn to run, you fly. So you want to treat that similar concept when it's coming time to changing your trajectory in life. When you're going from left to right, it takes a little bit of time. You don't want to just try to do a cold turkey. Because think about it, guys. Let's say you're driving a car, you're coming up to a really sharp corner, and it typically tells you, go 20, 30 miles an hour, but let's say you're going full speed at it, and you try to turn that corner abruptly really fast without slowing down first. That's not going to end good. So you want to take your time by slowing down, easing your way into that turn, and then you actually can press on the gas more when you're in the turn, and you should be able to get, I don't want to give you guys any type of suggestions. Again, drive safe, wear your seatbelt, don't text and drive, but just think about what I'm saying, the concept of it. So you want to slow down so you don't scrape the wall if you're trying to go around a sharp corner. You got to ease your way, slow down, and then you speed up after you've made that turn to get back into the normal flow of traffic. So the same thing when creating and changing habits, you slow down, then you can speed up as you start to gain more momentum. Think about Newton's first law, guys, of inertia. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Type of outside forces there that actually interacts with them to slow them down or speed them up. Guys, let's translate that into our real world. If you're a couch potato, you tend to stay a couch potato. Once you become active and healthy, you see the results, you tend to stay that way as well for the most part. So that's the law of inertia. Something that stays in motion, if something in motion typically stays in motion, something at rest typically stays at rest unless some outside force influences it. But same thing, a couch potato, now that's a good part where you want to take that law and convert it to where a couch potato can have an outside influence to get them to become a healthier person. And the same thing with a healthier person, if they decide to let an outside force, well, let me just rest today, let me just eat this bag of chips and drink this soda, they actually can become a couch potato. So it works both ways. You guys think about it, having a blueprint is actually very key to you creating success. Having a blueprint to keep you on daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly habits that you need to be able to attain your goals. So you can start off with the bigger picture. Don't let that overwhelm you. Break it down into chunks and pieces to where, okay, what can I do on a monthly basis? What can I do on a weekly basis? And what can I do on a daily basis that'll get me to that bigger goal? So just look at it piece by piece and not everything at once, because again, if you're trying to hike, say, a 20-mile staircase, you look way at the top, you don't see the end, you're going to give up. If you just get just a step in front of you, just each step you take gets you closer to that goal. You just keep going and looking at the step in front of you, not the bigger picture, breaking up into pieces, and that's how you can help create more success for yourself. You guys, to develop rhythm and frequency, you may want to add your habits to a calendar. I have a daily calendar that I plot information on or my habits on, just so I can make sure I hit what I need to every day. So you may want to try a calendar system, whether you have a Google Calendar or an Apple Calendar, whatever it is that you have. You want to just plan out different habits that you need, so then each day you look at that, you could check it off and mark it done. It makes you feel good when you accomplish something. Even if you don't want to do it, you still push through that. When you click done, it's like, okay, wow, that's over. I feel amazing now, and then you just feel better about yourself. So get some type of scheduling system, a planner, a calendar, just so you can plot out what the steps you need to take to get you to the goal that you're trying to accomplish. One of the best examples of creating success or failure is a pump well. If you guys don't know what that is, take you back in time for a little bit, where people used to get water out of the ground, where they would have a pump well to where they crank the thing. You guys may see that where you crank it and it builds up pressure. You have to keep doing it, and it takes a lot of work to build up that pressure, but then if you do it long enough and keep doing it, the water will start gushing out on its own automatically, and you can take it and drink it. But if you know you're cranking a thing and then the water's coming up, and then you decide to stop right there, what's going to happen? The water's going to go back down. You have to start all over again. And that's the same thing when it comes to creating success for yourself. It's where you're doing the work, you're building up that compound effect and that pressure, but then you stop and you quit. So then everything goes back to zero. You have to start all over again. But where the person that keeps going past that point where you stop, this person keeps going, then that pressure builds and then boom, it's like instant success. And it's like everything you touch turns to success. So again, think about that, guys, the water pump. A lot of people don't use that. Well, they still use it in maybe other countries, but since we have a lot of flowing water sources, we can just turn on our faucet and we get water. So we take that, again, we take advantage of living in a first world country. That's why you have to kind of take a step back, look at what really matters, or maybe try and travel to those places. Or if you just watch documentaries or YouTube if you can't afford it, just so you can get appreciative of where you are and where you live. And then from there, that'll motivate you to build up something good so you can go help out other people in other countries. Hey guys, let's talk about influences. We are all affected by 3 types of influences. These actually feed our mind. Association of people with whom you spend your time, your environment, which is your surroundings as well, the people you surround yourself around with, and again, whatever you feed your mind. Those are the 3 influences that we all have. Guys, for things like commitments and follow-throughs and promises, if you don't follow through with your promises, it's going to be like the life depleted and sucked out of you because you did not follow through. Again, guys, when you don't follow through on something that you committed to, that you say you do, that actually blocks your energy to accept abundance. So then you're blocking that and you're starting to feel down and depressed and negative, and it changes your frequency and vibration, and that attracts more negativity into your life. So again, you want to make sure you follow through on your commitments and do what you say you're going to do. And that'll help open up that positive channel again, help you start to receive the things that you want. Chapter 6 is acceleration. Let's get the car into gear and put the pedal to the metal. When you're on your journey for success, it's going to be like going uphill. It gets harder and harder, but again, there's a saying, guys, that I love. Again, you guys know I live by quotes. It's easier to go downhill, but the view is much better up top. So let that marinate into your subconscious. As you're going up that hill, that's where the true test comes in, because we have all these people that can speak everything they want you. They know you want them to say, but the challenge is actually doing the work, and that's where the real test comes. As you're going up that hill and you're getting tired and you want to quit and it's getting harder, that's the true test. Because I believe that all of us has access to abundance on this earth. And we just have to show that we are worthy, just like Thor picking up Thor's hammer. You know, he who can wield Thor's hammer has the power of Thor. He's worthy. So he who is worthy, you know, whatever that saying is, he who is worthy can wield the power of Thor, or something like that. But you pick up that hammer, you're worthy. Same thing with creating success. If they're just handed to us, we didn't work for it, we would not appreciate it or grow to the people that we need to be in order to maintain that wealth and success. So we have to go through these challenges in order to appreciate what we're pursuing, so we can actually have that wish granted and have it abundance, overflowing abundance, and access to it. Again, guys, you may know who Jim Rohn is. He was a very great motivational speaker. He says, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better." All right, guys, so the conclusion of the book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Executing, guys, is useless. Remember the saying that knowledge is power? Well, its only power is if you take action, because if you can read all the books, go to all the seminars, but if you don't do anything with it, then knowledge is just sitting there not being used or not being gifted to other people who need to hear it. So knowledge is power only if you take action on that power. To get different results, you have to do different things. Alrighty, guys, well, that's my review on the book The Compound Effect. I wanted to kind of put it in a different viewpoint to where I kind of interpreted the messages and just kind of talk to you guys about that. So if you guys want a copy of that book, I will have it in the description below. So again, guys, if you do want this copy, or a copy of this book, I will have a link in the description below, so you can just conveniently click on it. It takes you straight to the Amazon. You can purchase it, read it, and it will change your life. So that is Greg with Planet Green Zen. If you guys do like these messages and again what I'm about, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share, comment below. Let me know if you ever read this book before, what you think about it, if it helped you change your life, or some other great books you would like me to do a book review on, or a quote of the day, a Again, guys, let me know what you want. I'm here to serve you just so you can actually take action and start to create the life of abundance and meaning that you're meant for. All right, so Greg with Planet Green Zen, and you guys have a great day.